I cheated on him after 2 years in the relationship.
She should have known better.
Hey homie, my name is Omi Odike Machiko, and this is Talk to Your Homie TV. Welcome to another episode of Put Your Biggest Panties On. Here, we discuss matters arising as ladies. We share our experiences. How do we live life in a better way? I asked you guys to ask me questions, what I would do, advice you want me to give you, what's happening in your life really. I want us to put our mouth in. Somebody sent me a challenge, and this one is crazy. So by the way, before I start talking, subscribe to this channel because I promise you this one you will love it, yeah? Because guess what? She cheated. You know how we say when the guy cheats on you, or now the lady is cheating on the guy, what will you do? Listen. Hey homie, of course she's giving me greetings. I love you so much. One video I did that touched that was 7 signs your relationship is not working and dealing with breakup. Yeah, catch up on all my episodes of this series because I promise you it's sweet, yeah? So honestly, I hope I can explain everything to you, because I'm really confused. I've been dating this guy for 4 years and everything was moving on fine until I cheated on him after 2 years in the relationship. And he found out about it and I pleaded because I love him. I really don't know why I did it, but I did it. He forgave me and we moved on. But while in the relationship, there were things he was doing that didn't go well with me. And I spoke to him about it and he promised to change. Of a truth, I'll give him his credit for always wanting the best for me. Fast forward to last year, I started NYSC. So I served in Abuja and he also stays in Abuja, and his sister had a 2-bedroom apartment that she wasn't using at the time, okay? And I moved into the apartment and he moved in with me. My first rule, see, don't live in a house with a guy you're not married to. You cannot visit him more, but you say living. How do you live with a guy you're not married to? I don't understand the rationale. You guys are already having like lifestyle and fights of married people when you're not married, when you're not sure that's who you're going to end up with last. No, come out of there, I beg. So he moved in with me and we've been staying together for 1.5 years now. I know I shouldn't have allowed him, but we have practically planned our lives together. Moving on, he introduced me to his parents as the lady he wants to marry. And early this year, I did the same because I love him and we're planning on relocating together, okay, by next year after our wedding. During our 1st to 3rd year into the relationship, we had each other's password and everything was fine. Like I said, there's no doubt that this guy loves me. So last year, August, now this is now where it gets interesting. Listen, he went to work at a company and found this lady. And since then, he has changed. So the only thing he was doing different was making calls with this lady and texting with her while I'm at sleep. Oh me, I've done everything for this guy. I wash his clothes, I cook for him, we have sex, everything you can think of I've done for him. After my school, I studied anatomy. My guy, my something wanted me to study medicine, which I didn't want. So I came with a 3rd class because my dad wants me to study medicine, which was not my calling, but I wanted to make my parents proud. I went for medicine and I was dropped at 100 level. I could only tell this guy what I was going through and he helped me. He understands me and he tried his best where he could help. And that's one thing I'll hold to. So back to him and this lady. She found out about the late night calls with her. They had a big fight. I can remember the day just like yesterday. The fight was really intense. I was physical with him because I was so angry, but he didn't lay a finger on me. He apologized and promised never to do it again, and I forgave him. Early this year, I cheated again. Which kind gist be this? We don't hear this, but yeah, let's focus. I cheated again, and this time was to get back at him for what he did. He found out. Of course, he had to find out because when to find out, Abby. He found out and was angry, but I pleaded. He wasn't talking to me for a week. He finally forgave me again, and we've been fine until he changed his password to his phone and I suspected something was wrong. So he finally got a house last year, December, and I moved in with him even though I still have my house. And that's when the problem started. We live in the same location. His house is just 100 naira away from mine, and I do cook for him. So I thought every day spend money to go and come Why not stay there? Hey, we've been living peacefully until he started the call again. We'll be together, and then he goes outside around 10-11 to make this call with the same girl I spoke to him about, and he insisted is nothing. So one day he dropped his phone and I picked it and went through the photos and saw the picture of him and this lady together. What broke my heart was he took her to the same places he took me and asked me out. And I said yes to him 4 years ago. And I was really mad. Okay, so he told me to apologize to her. Because I confronted her. Yes, I did. When I saw the calls, I took the number and disgraced myself because I shouldn't have done that. I left his place. He followed me and kept apologizing until I forgave him. It's really hard to let go because of everything we've been through together. I noticed that every time I'm not around him, he's different. Like the love and affection I get, he's always calling 247 video call and all, and he reminds me of our dreams and all that. Just on Saturday, I was able to code his password, and everything I saw broke me. I found out many things going on. I was only bothered about this particular girl, while I didn't know that it's not only her. I'm really broken. I saw different things. I left and I broke up with him because I literally planned my life with him. I got admission to China to study medicine, but I didn't go because of love. I thought you didn't go because you didn't want to study medicine. So now it's because of love you didn't go. I got the opportunities twice, but I declined because even though he was advising me to go and not regret it later, he would still say he doesn't want me far from him. Also, I didn't want to continue with medicine. He came begging me yesterday, but I didn't let him because it feels like I'm begging him to leave. He keeps misbehaving and I keep going to him. And I feel like he thinks I'll do the same thing again. I'm tired of all these things. Please, mom, I need advice because every time I think of it, I feel like going back, but I really don't want to. Now, see, first of all, this guy has more than one girl he's cheating on you on. You are the most important person right now because you're not married to this guy. So ask yourself, what do I really want for myself? What do I deserve? Because let me remind you, you also have cheated on him. You began the whole cheating and then you've gone again to cheat on him. So before he even started to cheat, you cheated first and then he found out. So I feel like along the line, the trust, even though he forgave you, the trust might have been broken in his head. But that's why I made my first point. You don't stay with a guy. I don't care how woke the world wants to be right now. You are not supposed to live with a guy who you're not married to. Because if you live with a guy you're not married to, you begin to live with the guy like you're married to him. You begin to have plans. You begin to see this guy as your future. He's not your future. He's just supposed to be a guy who is applying to take the journey of forever with you. It's an application and you're supposed to check this application and say, does this fit this journey I want for myself? The picture of your future has to be your future. Do you understand? It doesn't have to be another person, because what you don't want to do, my sister, is that you don't want to begin to paint a picture with somebody that you have seen in your life. So that means you're going to now adjust the colors and all because of no. You're supposed to have a plan for your future, and the person who comes to you has to fit into that plan. Of course, you should be able to cut corners here, but you should not be cutting corners that will hurt you. You should not be with somebody, but then you're hurting because of what he's doing, and then now you're living in so much fear because you just said in your message right now that he keeps doing it and doing it. Imagine picking up his phone, you're fighting with him over one girl that he even had you apologizing to. But see, if I catch you cheating, anything that makes me to call that person to para or whatever I did, let that guy never tell me to apologize. What? I don't understand. Apologize to who? And see what? Like, I don't get. Like, I'm still angry with you. You're telling me to apologize. Are you okay? So ask yourself, what do you want? The first thing, leave that house. Leave that house, because let me tell you something here. It's only one person that we want to marry. All these guys. And I understand that you spent 4 years. But the more you keep staying in nonsense, the longer you keep counting it. The longer you say, oh my gosh, it's 5 years. Oh, it's 6 years, 7 years of my life. That's the longer you keep counting it. It's never too late to start again. But also you have to be accountable for your own mistakes first. You were the one that broke the promise. You were the one that broke the trust. You began it. Do you get me? Yeah. So next time, if you're going to make up with him or you're going to start another one, I would say that you should never ever break the promise. This point I want to make, I know that it's easy to say. Sometimes we want to be vengeful, I get, but you should never begin to change yourself or change your ways because you want to pass a message to somebody. So you begin to do things that you would not ordinarily do because you want to prove a point. That's why you got to hold God. That's why I hold God. Sometimes when I want to just do back, I'll just go and play a worship song. That's me just telling God that, you know my heart. You know what I want to do, God. Help me. Let me not make any mistake because my head is full right now. And I promise you, God will help you. See, if the guy is showing you signs, if he apologizes and he goes back to it and you're still dating him, my dear, if the guy knows that you're going to accept and you're going to still come back and if you marry this guy, it's going to continue. So is that what you want to deal with? Now that you can still solve it, is that what you want to deal with? Do you understand? That's one. Secondly, your medicine studying, did you let go of it because of him, because of love, or because you don't want to do it? Don't make promises with a guy that you're punching, because the guy that you're punching can say anything to you, my sister. What do you think is good for you? What's good for you? What's good for you? What do you want to achieve out of your life? Think about that. Just remove this guy from the picture and think about your life and hold God too. Because along the line, if I've been truthful, as ladies, we're going to cut corners for the guys that will come into our life. I literally left I left Lagos to come to Abuja because of marriage. You get me? Yeah, but the person you will make sacrifices for, you got to be sure that they are worth the sacrifices. Because my sister, you don't want to be with a guy that's cheating on you, especially if you carried it from relationship into marriage. It's just one job. If you go to another job, you will see another girl. You get me? Yeah, that's my own take, Sha. Please give your opinion to this lady. What do you think about this matter? What's your opinion? Do you just advise her literally? What did I say that she's supposed to hear? Please give us your opinion in the comment section, my darling. I love you with all my heart. I love you. See, forget the matter. One of my goals and purpose in life is to help build ladies. See, I want to have 1 million women that we are going through life together, and we are strong, and we have our heads up high, and as God is giving us the ideas, we are achieving the ideas, and we have good men beside us. You get me? Yes, that are sweet to us, that are our husbands, and we have children, and we have you. And that I want to have 1 million ladies like that. Even if you're not married, you have value. You are sure. You are calm, you are sweet. God's got us. When we are 1 million ladies at the back, then God is not in our front telling us, go here, we're going, go here, we're going here. That's why put your biggest panties on is here. You got to put your biggest panties on at all points in time. Because my sister, that panties is important to wear in life. I promise you it is. Okay, that's all I want to talk to you about today. I hope you enjoyed today's video read, and I think I did. The gist was sweet. It just as punctuation mark. You guys, next time, I beg. Don't fight with comma and full stop. Put comma, put full stop. Yeah. I love you. Thank you for watching my video. Bye-bye.
She should have known better.